Today, we're going to talk about the Vulcan finish from Medford Knife and Tool. Let's call it 50 Shades of Vulcan, even though I don't have 50 variants here. But I do have stuff kind of laid out on the table, and we're not going to talk about the specific knives and do reviews on them. I think a lot of these I have already done reviews on, but a couple of people had said, hey, can you do some Vulcan comparison stuff? And it's a good topic, I think, because it goes from really mild to really wild. And I think I have a pretty good example out here of the very mild to the very wild. So let's just start with kind of on the mild side. So this is the bearing Marauder, and it is a Vulcan finish. You can see some variations here. It's not a black PVD or even an oxide, a black oxide coated. It is a Vulcan finish. And what is the Vulcan? It is a heat, it's how they do the heat treating and the finish that comes from the heat treat. And I'm not an expert at that, but we're just going to really talk about the different variations. And it's not something that they can pick. So here's a very, very mild, black almost, Vulcan finish. Another really mildish one I have is on this Praetorian G. Okay, this was the very first Medford I ever had, and I have not done a video on this one, but I will. So you can see some of the varying colors here in the tip, some reds back in here, a little bit different on the other side where we've got some almost like, you know, not lightning bolts, but some variations there as well. So we kind of, and we're not going to go in specific order, mild to wild. I'm just going to kind of grab some things here to really kind of show some differences. So this is a MIDI Marauder that I got from a good friend, Remington. Oh man, he really hooked me up on this one. This is a workhorse one for me, really. But you can see kind of the different colors in the grind, and just really nice. Oh, and it comes across the top of the spine as well, lightly. I don't know that there's much on the spines in this one. No. And on the bearing Marauder, there's not much on the spine because it's just mostly black. Here's a pretty cool, this is actually the very first titanium infraction that they released in the wild, that they did their introduction video with. I was able to grab this one from DLT Coating, or DLT Trading, sorry about that. We're talking about coatings, which is not a coating. It's the way they do their heat process. It's a premature oxidization, really. So they're kind of oxidizing it or rusting it prematurely during the heat treating process, essentially is what they're doing. So you can see how the colors kind of go all the way through the spine, and how this one is, you know, leaning more to the reddish colors. This one we just did a video on the other day, the Tanto MIDI with its great Vulcan. I love the Vulcan on the spine of this one. It's one of the best spine ones I've got, if it'll focus. There's too much stuff on the table. With some pops of red, and you know, this one really came out nice. Micro Tanto. I know I haven't done a video on this one yet. This one is kind of red up in the front and darker in the back. Other side is very similar. This one came out pretty similar across. And I love here on the tip. Let's see if we get some light on there. I love the way the tip of this one came out. And this is a knife that I custom ordered from them a couple of years ago. The first, you know, truly custom order from MKT that I actually ever did. Let's see here. How about a carbon fiber full thickness Marauder? With a Vulcan. And some of these are different blade steels too. So this is 3V. This one is also 3V. So sometimes the material plays with it too, right? Because the 3V is a stainless version steel, so it takes the color differently. So again, this is really just kind of a show and tell, if you will, of different styles and different variations of Vulcan. So this is the Captain America Fat Daddy, which I have not done a video on yet, but I will, because people have asked about this one. This one's pretty cool because they polish the perimeters of the blade. So it's got the D2 Vulcan finish. This is one of only 2 knives that I have that I've run a lanyard on, the Captain America bead. So again, just varying colors. So these ones, you know, you've got the mild way back here on the bearing Marauder, where it's almost all black. You kind of get some color as we move through. And then I've got 2 that are really vibrant coloring. So this is a Genesis Faff, Friends and Family, in a D2 that I have not done a video on. This one's a pretty special one, but the Vulcan is crazy. So what the Faff means is that it's the full tie sized thickness scales, much like on my Fat Daddy. So it's the same thickness scales, but it has the standard 190, 180, 190 thickness blade. So it's a little bit different configuration than a true full tie version. But so you can see here where it's just really crazy. I love this one. It was the Vulcan that led me to, you know, long after this one for a while, and I was finally able to get it after it passed through a couple of people, because I couldn't swing it on the first one. Same with this one. Here is I'm going to do a full video on this. This is probably one of the most customized Marauders that they have ever made. Greg did a video on this specific one, but we're not here for that. We're here for the Vulcan on this. So this is a 3V blade, crazy red. It's not across the top of the spine because they polished that and hand ground all that, you know, contouring stuff into it, but just super vibrant. So these are my 2 kind of wild Vulcans, I would call it, out of the bunch here. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to show some variations in the Vulcan. So you can go from basically black to super crazy. And they don't offer this anymore other than on the full tie, the Praetorian full tie. And that's because they can't predict how it comes out. Everybody typically wants something like this. They want the super bright, super vibrant colors. Well, oftentimes it comes out like this or like this, and then a customer who did a custom order might be upset and they've had to redo blades, and it's been some drama. So that's why it's kind of a discontinued offering from them, because they can't control how it comes out. You need to kind of understand that when you're ordering a custom finish, whether it's anodizing, you know, if it's a straight anodize it blue, you know, you pretty much got that nailed, right? If you want to anodize it bronze, if you want to anodize it, you know, bronze or darker bronze, you know, some of that stuff, they got that pretty well dialed in. If you want some crazy purplish anode that matches a blade, that becomes tougher to do. And as you're ordering custom pieces, you need to kind of understand that it's hard to get exact finishes. That's all. So again, that's why they stopped the Vulcan finish. So let me know what you think down below. This is just a sampling of the Vulcan that can be achieved when they do Vulcan blades, for lack of better words. So anyway, I just wanted to share, there's been some topic on some of my other videos about doing a comparison. So yeah, here you go. That's what I like to do. So let me know in the comments below what you might like, and we'll try to get it up for you. Thanks a lot, everyone. You have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.